Have you heard of the Ohio Masonic Home? Did you know that it has 3 campuses? How about the Resource Center? Do you know who to call if you or someone you love needs support from the home? I'm Raquel, one of the Resource Center liaisons, and I am going to share with you what the home is, where it came from, and how you can get help for you or someone you know.
The roots of the home go back as far as 1834 in talking about the need for the education of the children of Masons and supporting families. Fast forward to around 1869, after the Civil War, it really started to grow legs. And in the late 1800s, 1880s, it really grew legs. And in 1888, it was starting to be funded through the Grand Chapter of Royal Arch Masons. In 1892, the cornerstone of what we call the castle today was laid, and in 1895 we opened for business as a home for widows and orphans of Masons, all the way to having a band of football, basketball, everything, baseball team, a school, basically a place to live your life out.
In the mid-1990s, we made a transition from the first 100 years of operation was a closed campus to Masons and their families only. We also had something that was called asset surrender, which was a means by which someone that would come to live here surrendered everything they own in exchange for being cared for their lives. Their lodge sponsored them for membership and residency at the home. In the mid-90s, the board made a decision that that model was not sustainable over the long run. So on our Springfield campus, we opened our clinical services, which was assisted living and skilled nursing, to being able to be reimbursed by some government payer sources, Medicare, Medicaid. As part of that, we could no longer restrict admission just to Masons and their families. All told, we've grown in accordance with the need of not just the Masonic population, but also the population in general.
I think personally it goes back a long ways with me. I'm a 3rd generation Mason, and my son is a 4th generation Mason. Since I was young, I would come to the home with my grandfather and my father, and we would visit the residents here that we knew that were here. As far as what it means to me is it's something special. And I've always told the employees that work here that it takes a special person to really work with seniors and senior care. It takes a special person, and those special people, are the people that really help us provide for our residents.
The Ohio Masonic Home today is very progressive. As the constituents' needs change, as the age group that we are taking care of, we're starting to age out a little bit. A lot of folks that live here today that have been here 15, 20 years moved in their 60s. That trend has changed. Folks move in more in their mid-70s now, even into their early 80s. And as with everyone, those needs and wants change. So we've opened up more to lifestyle and being a place to come and live your life out and do whatever you want. So we've evolved from a place that folks thought was their last stop. They had been told for years in Masonry that if you run out of money or have a need, this is where you come. And we want to change that to, through our Resource Center and other ways, we'll help you where you are, and you can come here to live your life out because you want to live here and enjoy the lifestyle and to be around fellow Masons and other friends of your liking. The lifestyle we offer at our campuses is much more progressive than it was in the past. We use a great deal of technology. We've invested in the infrastructure throughout all of our communities to allow our residents whatever lifestyle they'd like to lead. And we have tons of events. If someone can dream something they want to do, we're going to find a way to make it happen.
So the Ohio Masonic Home encompasses 3 campuses across Ohio, and most people think that's all we have. But we've had our campuses, the 3 that we have today, since the early 2000s. So we're almost 20 years in. We have about 800 different units comprised of independent living, assisted living memory care, and skilled nursing services. So we offer a wide array of services from Those, what we would refer to as levels of care, but what we could also base on an individual's needs. Our history is rich and great, but what it's led to is a misunderstanding of what is the Ohio Masonic Home. Because we've operated campuses for 127 years, a lot of times people think that's all that we have, and that if they have some kind of need or moment of crisis, they have to go to the home. Well, we would still say, come to the home, but don't think of us as a physical place necessarily. Think of us as a family of services. Because not only can we provide for needs within our organization, but oftentimes, in fact, more so recently, have we been able to provide for people in their own location.
You know, I'm fortunate because I live in the Dayton area, and quite candidly, it's 40 minutes here, and I like to go around and see some of the brethren and their families that I do know and meet new people. You know, my position is such that I get to meet a lot of new people, and that's really it's been special to me and also my wife. We enjoy meeting the people and dealing with them. Well, we're in a changing society, and we're in a changing society for seniors. Quite candidly, you know, seniors want to reside in their homes as long as they possibly can. And the Resource Center really provides that ability. If they have problems of trying to get services, if they have questions about their benefits and things of that nature, this is something that those people can use so they can reside in their communities as long as they possibly can.
The Resource Centers are outgoing community resource for us to assess the needs of our constituents in their homes, at the cities, communities, wherever they are, and help align them with resources. The Resource Center allows us to do that. Folks can stay in their own home, we can assess whatever those needs are and align them with resources through the groups that we've created of volunteers, and really getting back to the roots of the organization and where it started, which was that outreach.
The Resource Center, it's what I'm most proud of. I've been with the home now for 14 years and had the privilege of really starting with what was called the Masonic Financial Assistance Corp. We, as an organization, started our charitable outreach with serving people on our campuses. So someone would move to a campus, they would exhaust their funds, and we'd care for them. Over the years, we realized we needed to tweak that model, and we started with an on-campus or campus-based living financial aid program. And that has since morphed into being able to provide either direct financial aid to people off of our campuses, but also connectivity to other services. Campus-based care needs for individuals in distress, that would include everything from helping them with their rent to paying medical bills, pharmacy bills, and other costs. And really giving them a sense of security for the remaining years of their life. But when we relate to the Resource Center, what we've built is a statewide network of liaisons that are intended to connect people to services. Also a volunteer program, an ambassador program. We recently started a program called the Masonic Widows Outreach, and are working on some other programs that are intended to serve all levels of the population. And an individual in a crisis oftentimes has anxiety, has stress, and may not understand what might be available to them. And every crisis is unique to the person who's dealing with that crisis. So what we've gotten very good at, and what our focus is walking alongside that person to connect them to the resources that oftentimes already exist. The magic of that is, I mentioned a lot of organizations, they may just write a check to solve a problem. While we can do that, that's oftentimes not the best answer. And by connecting to other organizations that already may meet that need and helping walk folks through the application process or through the process to get to it, we've been a lot more successful. It allows us to start getting to the root causes of people's issues and connecting them and following up with them in the future.
Our Resource Center is offering services all across the state of Ohio. We have liaisons located in Northwest Ohio, Northeast Ohio, Southwest Ohio, South Central Ohio, and Southeast Ohio. You can call our toll-free number and be connected directly to the cell phone of the liaison in your area. The Ohio Masonic Home Resource Center is here to help Masons and their families across the state of Ohio. Our Resource Center is able to go out and do home visits and help people remain at home if that's their choice. We can help them be as independent as possible by providing all of our services and resources. We help Masons whether they want to be on our campus or off of our campus at home. We also help Ohio Masons that live out of state. And when there's natural disasters, we provide relief efforts, and we do calls and outreach to try to provide services wherever we're needed to help. Our Resource Center helps with over 1,700 cases per year. We look forward to growing in the future and serving many more people.
The ACE Ambassador Program serves a lot of purposes. They're a connectivity to share information, but also to bring referrals back to us. They serve as an integral part of ensuring that the communication from the home and the foundation is succinct and memorable and help to quell a lot of misconceptions. They are an integral part of making sure that those that have trusted us with their gifts and their treasure over the years ensure that that treasure is being used in a manner that is within the context of our mission. So the ACE Ambassadors serve a very important role for us.
The Widows Program was created to provide support to recent widows. We rely on the lodges to help us obtain the contact information for recent widows. And upon receiving that information, we will mail out a sympathy card, an information packet with things like important documents that you'll need to gather, contact information for Social Security, Medicare, and other important numbers, as well as information on grief and loss, local resources, and the information for the liaison located closest to you. The Masonic Volunteer Program was created in 2018. It's a boots-on-the-ground effort that was created to help more Masons and their families across the state of Ohio. We currently have over 200 volunteers in 10 Masonic districts. We are working on getting Masonic volunteer committees up in every district across the state of Ohio. Our volunteers can help with things like transportation, taking someone to a doctor's appointment, running errands, getting groceries. They can help with yard work, changing a light bulb. They can help with pet care, taking a pet for a walk. Also just taking someone a hot meal or spending time with them, being a listening ear. We do offer financial assistance to Masons, their wives, widows, or Ohio Eastern Star members. Our financial assistance can help with things like food cards, getting groceries, utilities, or even home modifications to help someone stay at home and independent. In order to qualify for our financial assistance program, we have an application. You can call our toll-free number and we can assist you with filling out the application and seeing if you qualify.
Our organization has been here now for 127 years. As we look to the future, we know that our intent is to be here forever. And as we grow, we will continue to focus on the needs of those that we serve. Our foundation will continue to focus on providing support for that. And as we know, each generation brings a new flavor of how their needs are met or the services they desire. And the home has been very successful over the course of our 127 years in accommodating that, and we will continue to do so going forward.
For the home to be sustainable, the Resource Center is the core. And as the number of Masons declines, and we think that's going to tail off to around 45 to 50,000 at some point. At the same time, a lot of what we're doing is creating more Masons. So we're much more involved in our communities, much more involved, just like we are in Springfield, Medina, and Waterville, Ohio. We're much more out and about and spreading our word and our message. So that's going to help, in my opinion, build more Masons. The Grand Lodge is also full court press on trying to create more Masons. So as that number declines, we want to be open to the public and allow that to sustain the organization long term. So we're not going anywhere. We've been here 127 years and everything we're doing is to sustain the organization another 127. So.
As you can see, the Ohio Masonic Home and all of its subsidiaries are working together towards a common goal, to assist and support Ohio Freemasons across the state. If you have questions about the Ohio Masonic Home, If you're interested in campus living or information about the Resource Center, or to have one of the liaisons speak at one of your lodge meetings, please give us a call or visit our website. Thanks for watching.